AITA for telling my roommate to start cleaning my bathroom after his girlfriend uses it. I rent a house with 2 other people, all 19M, and we share cleaning duties equally. My 2 roommates have their own en-suites and my bathroom is downstairs across from my room. It's not really my bathroom per se, because all our guests and roommates use it because it's next to the living room. I'm in charge of cleaning it because I'm the only one who showers in there, which I'm completely fine with. The issue is my roommate's new girlfriend, who I'll call Mudfish. Mudfish has terrible toilet habits. Whenever she uses my bathroom she destroys it with shit stains, disposing her pads in my trash, facelift up, you name it. One time after a night of drinking I woke up to what looked like a massacre on my toilet/bathroom floor. She obviously leaked and tried to wipe it up, but being drunk she didn't do a very good job. There was blood smear marks all over the tiles and blood all underneath the rim of the toilet seat. I told my roommate if this keeps happening then he's going to have to start cleaning up my bathroom and I'll take on another chore to replace it. He then started yelling, calling me an immature little virgin who doesn't know how girls' periods work, blah blah blah. I told him to go fuck himself and talk to his girlfriend about basic hygiene in others' homes. He's been ignoring me since. I feel like I may have overreacted a bit, but I don't know, because I'll admit I am a bit ignorant about periods in general. AITA, edit, thank you so much for the awards, wisdom and judgment guys. Really appreciate it. NTA and lock the bathroom door when she comes over. If he's gonna let her be nasty she can use his bathroom. NTA. As a woman I find this disgusting. She needs to use his restroom going forward. Info, has your roommate seen how bad does the toilet is after his GF uses it? Because as most people described it, maybe leaving a drop or 2 is what he's envisioning, not a full tornado of bodily fluids. NTA. I'm a girl, that's disgusting. I may bleed but I don't want to clean up someone else's period blood or shit stains on the regular. AITA for possible causing a divorce in my wife 31F best friend, 32F, marriage. My wife, 31F, and Amy 32F are best friends for about 15 years. About 2 months ago Amy gave birth to a beau. Today I fucked up a baby girl. Me 34M and my wife have 4 children, 3F, 4F, 4M, 6F, so we have been helping Amy and her husband Jake 29M because we know how hard and stressful the first few months with a newborn can be, specifically because they are first-time parents. My wife planned a girls' night at our house and invited her friends. She does that once a month. When my wife hosts those nights at our place I usually go out with some of my friends to a nearby bar. Amy and Jake moved to our city around 1 year ago because Amy wanted to stay close to her parents and she had a better job opportunity in our town. Since they moved here Jake has no family or friends nearby, except me, so I decided to invite him to come with my other friends to the bar. Jake is very shy and reserved, he doesn't talk a lot but he is a great guy. When we arrived at the bar I tried to push Jake a little to interact with the other guys but his answers were always short and simple, and then I told the rest of the guys that Jake was a first-time father and that his daughter was born 2 months ago. Finally a conversation that Jake seemed to engage. The other guys in my friend group are a bit older than me so most of them are parents. And things were going pretty well until a friend told us that the first time he thought holy shit I am dad was when he cutted the cord after his wife gave birth. After hearing this Jake went a bit silent and said that he wasn't present at the delivery room when his wife gave birth. Then he asked us if was that big of a deal and if he missed a lot not being there. Well, the consensus on the table was that being able to watch our children being delivered to this world is one of the most important moments in the life of a father, and that yes, he has missed a huge thing and that he lost one of hugest milestones in a marriage. After that Jake went a bit quiet and left shortly after. 2 days later Jake asks me if he can stay with me for a few days because he needed a bit of space from Amy. Amy called my wife crying and she went to her house to talk with her a bit after that. Jake arrived at our home and that's when he told me that he wanted to be in the delivery room, but with COVID restrictions only one person was allowed and Amy chose her mom. Apparently he tried to argue with with her, but she was adamant, and in the end he was not allowed in the birth room. Jake told Amy what he heard at the bar. They got into a big fight, and currently Jake is considering a divorce. Needless to say that Amy is furious at me, and my wife is currently giving me the silent treatment. She said that I probably ended their marriage. I feel really bad with this whole thing, especially with a baby in the middle. AITA, edit, Jake is a surgical nurse. He already helped to deliver other people babies. I guess that this adds salt to the wound. NTA. Seems like he's carried this resentment for several months. It would have come up eventually, I'm guessing, regardless of this conversation with your friends. If not being in the delivery room is enough to want a divorce, they have other issues as well. NTA. NTA. You guys had a talk in a bar. Whatever other bubbling issues that were also present that combined with him not being in the delivery room were decided without any of your input. Choosing her mom over the father were also not your doing. His discussion with not just you but this group of men just helped him realize how upset he was about it. You bear no responsibility for this at all. Your wife is blaming you for someone else's actions and reactions. Not cool. NTA. If this was enough to end their marriage, it can't have been a good one. Edit, added judgment. AITA for reporting my children's bus driver, which led to a lengthy investigation with suspension and no pay. I have 2 school-aged kids. The bus drops my children off a half-mile away from home at the local bus stop. I signed a paper in the beginning of the school year stating that I do not want my children dropped off without me being present. The first week she dropped my kids off anyways without me. Thereafter she showed up 15 minutes earlier than the bus schedule stated she was supposed to be there. My kids were not the only students waiting out in the rain during this time. There were at least 10 other small children, mostly kindergarten and first graders, who were all terrified and soaking wet. The following week she was 20 minutes later than scheduled. I assumed I missed the bus, so I called the bus barn to see where the bus was. They said she should have already come and gone, but she hadn't marked her location and she wasn't answering her radio. She finally shows up and my kids tell me that the bus driver became angry with the student because she fell out of her seat after the bus driver took a corner far too sharp. Her irritation led to her sitting on the side of the road for 15 minutes. Refusing to leave and kept telling the kids if they didn't smarten up she wouldn't bring them home. Fast forward to last week, I walked with my 4-year to the bus stop because it is a nice day. It's a half-mile away, so it's not terrible, but the bus driver let all the kids off the bus except mine. She claims she did not see me standing out there, which is bullshit because my kids were pointing to me from the window and I even started walking toward the bus before she took off with my kids still on board, making it so I have to walk all the way back home with my 4-year and drive the 6 miles to the school to pick up my children, as she would not turn around. I called and reported her for all of the instances. I honestly thought not much would be done, but this has led to her being suspended with no pay while they investigate her. My mill, who I am a caregiver for, has told me that I was overdramatic and that back in her day they were lucky to ride a bus and that I should be thankful they even transport the kids. I didn't mean to get her suspended, but either way I was tired of her behavior. AITA? NTA. You did absolutely the right thing. This woman has no business driving a school bus if she's leaving children alone in the rain, driving erratically, yelling at students, or sitting on the side of the road when she's supposed to be dropping kids off. I can't even understand why she wouldn't let your kids off the bus. She should be fired. You, Otto, protected the kids, yours and other people's. NTA. You didn't get her suspended for 2 weeks. Her actions did. Clearly they thought your report was worthy of looking into. Children's safety is at risk. You did the right thing. Absolutely NTA. In fact, you should have made a bigger deal. She's punishing kids and terrorizing them. WTF. You should have called 2 incidents ago, not this time. I would not put my kids back on that bus if it meant I had to drive them daily myself. That driver has no care or concern for anyone but herself. NTA. LOL, Mill giving the old back in my day we walked to school, barefoot, through the snow, uphill, both ways. GTFO with that nonsense, bus driver was acting irresponsibly. Honestly I hate when older people do that. Like, just cause you suffered indignities as a child doesn't mean kids should now. Hello? Isn't the whole point of the walking barefoot in the snow story that it sucked? So wouldn't they want better lives for their kids/grandkids? I will never understand why older people do this. Kids today aren't spoiled just because they don't have to suck on rocks for dinner. Rant over, sorry lol.